Hi guys, welcome back to the sunny Isle of Wight for our next instalment of cooking from the allotment, and today we are going to be doing onion chutney. So what I've done is I've picked some of my onions from my allotment and we're going to turn these bad boys into chutney. So ingredients: onions, very important, red wine vinegar, and also dark brown sugar, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is we are going to prepare these, slice them. I'm sure you all know how to cut, and again, there are many different ways of doing this. This is just the way that I'm going to do it, and if you enjoy it, copy it and it's yours. Alright, so once I've done the preparation, then we'll get on to the cooking. See you in a minute. Hi guys, so here we are, we're back at the next stage. So we have the diced onions or sliced onions here, and what beautiful onions they've turned out to be, absolutely fantastic. And what's making it really good is the fact that I've grown those. So I did think about the, I did say maybe you already know how to cut, but there might be some young people watching this. There might be people that have never cooked from fresh. So let's take you through cutting an onion. So you have your onion, and what a lot of mistakes people make with an onion is they'll actually cut these, the roots off straight away. They'll cut it off of the onion, and that makes it quite hard then to cut your onion. So first thing I do is I'll take off the stalk end. I'll always clear that because that helps me to peel the onion anyway. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut the onion through the roots, so that was stable on a flat surface. Now to get slices like we're doing here, it is just a matter of taking your knife and just finding it doesn't have to be quick, you're just finding the thickness that you want and then push that knife through. Nice sharp knife always helps. That will just give us beautiful half rings there. Okay, so that's how we do slicing. Now if you were going to be using this in a curry or something and you want to be diced, easiest way is this: you take your onion and you pop your knife through it this way, all the way to the roots but not all the way through, and then do it again a little bit higher up like so, and then you would just do exactly the same, holding the onion on the sides and the top. Find how thick you want it, cut yourself through like this, and what you then find is that you should have, if you've gone far enough through, you should have nice bits like that. Okay, and those that don't, that's fine because it's going in there anyway. Alright, so that's how you dice your onion, and that's the safest way of doing it. So the next stage then would be to take our onions, and our diced onions here, and what we'll do is we'll pop those into our pan, clean pan. And of course what I didn't mention was, before you start cooking, wash your hands. Always wash your hands. Okay, so we're going to pop our onions into our pan like that. Now there's going to be no, I don't cook with measurements. It's just a matter of bowl of onions, and then we're going to take the red wine vinegar and I'm just going to pop that in like this, because the onions, probably, I don't know, I just pop in what I think is enough. You don't want to put too much in, otherwise you're going to get a very vinegary taste, but that should be just enough there. And then the sugar, I do the same with the sugar, I just put enough into. Don't forget, onions will sweat, they're full of juice, so you're going to get juice from the onion anyway. And then we pop in the dark sugar like this. This is probably about half a bag I'm putting in, because I do like quite a sweet chutney there. Alright, so all we do with this is we're going to stick it on the cooker. So let's go over to the cooker. So on the cooker, we're just going to, basically we just put the heat on, the sugar will melt, and we just want all that to melt up, and that's going to take roughly, I think, about 5 minutes. So we'll come back in 5 minutes and see what the pot is doing. Okay, so whilst that's just heating up over in the pan, I thought I'd show you how to sterilize your jars, or at least how I sterilize my jars. And the way I like to do it is the old-fashioned way. We've got some boiling water that's allowed to go off the boil. Never tip boiling water into jars. Very, very dangerous. All right, but you normally find nowadays that jars are heat treated because that's how they sterilize them in the factories. All right, and so the way we're going to do it, we're just going to pour in the boiling water to where the products would sit. So I always do mine right up to the top, and we're going to do that with all 3 of these jars. And I collect these jars. I recycle everything in my house. So this is how we're going to sterilize it. Boiling water, well, not quite boiling, it's offset boiling water. There we are. And then, because you're going to get steam from that boiling water, what we do is we put the lids loosely on the top, and that will help to sterilize the inside of the lids. So that's what we do when we sterilize the jars. So let's have another look over at the pan. So here we are back at the pan, and it's had time for all the sugars to melt, and the products inside have come to temperature. The vinegar's come to temperature, and you can see there with that brown juice, that's the vinegar, and the dark sugar is all starting to mix together. Now we don't want to boil this, but we do want it to simmer, because we want those onions to get nice and tender, and then we want this to thicken up. So all we're going to do now is we're going to pop the lid on, turn the gas down to simmer, and we're going to leave the lid on, and we're going to let those onions get nice and soft, and that's going to take about 20 minutes. So we'll see you in 20 minutes. Hi guys, so here we are. It's been boiling away now. It actually takes about an hour. 30 minutes wasn't quite enough to steam off all the liquid that we wanted to steam off. And what you're looking for is, if we have a look in the pan here, you're looking for this sort of syrupy juice there, because obviously when that cools down, that's going to get even more sticky. All right, so that's what we're going for, and that's what we've got. So that's about the reduction you want on the chutney. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pop them into the glass jars that we sterilized earlier, and using my trusty jam funnel, we're going to pop this into here. So that's it, we just tip it in like that. Hopefully it will find its way into the jar. About 2 scoops in there. And that's 1. You must make sure not to catch this on your hand, because it's going to be really hot, and of course it's sticky as well, so that will give you quite a nasty burn there, guys. That's 2. I'll get a bit more in there, put a bit more in. We want it sort of filled up to the top. Get a bit more in that one. That's pretty much all we do. We just fill them up like that. As soon as we're happy that they're full enough, while the jar is still hot, this will help to seal in the goodness there. And we just put the tops on like that. And there you go. And that's all we do for a nice bit of onion chutney. And as that cools down, that'll seal the jars up, and that will go to a nice syrup. So I will show you in a second what this goes with, what it looks like in the jar once it's cooled down. So I'll see you a bit later on. Hi guys, so we've cooked the onion chutney, and now I'm going to show you with one I prepared earlier what this looks like and how it tastes. Oh, there we go. Nice solid lid there. So the onion chutney will look like this. Okay, the more sugar you add, the thicker it will become. But this can be used for many different things. It's very good with cheeses. If you want to put it with cheese, sort of have it as a cheese and pickle sandwich. Ploughman's. You can put this with pork. It's fantastic with pork. And I know people that have this with sausages and also on jacket potatoes. So let's just have a taste for you, and I'll just let you know what this is like. So let's taste. Oh, that is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. This one's a year old, so it does sit very well, and it is so tasty. So that is my homemade onion chutney. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tell all your friends, subscribe, and follow us through our winter cooking from the allotment. Thank you very much. We hope to see you again.